Hello and welcome back to my channel. You're watching What Helen Reads, and today I've got part 2 of my Invisalign journey for you. So if you watched my first video, you'll know that I got up to the stage where I'd had 15 weeks of Invisalign treatment and I didn't need any additional trays. So the dentist had removed the little buttons on my teeth, and I just had to wear my 15th and final trays for a few more weeks. At that appointment I had a scan so that they could do some additional moulds, and the 2 moulds that they were going to do was for my permanent retainers and then also for my teeth whitening trays. So I actually went to the dentist yesterday and collected my teeth whitening trays, the teeth whitening gel, and also my permanent retainers. So I'm wearing my permanent retainers now. What I will say is they're much thicker and bigger than the trays that you get with Invisalign, and because they're not held on by any pegs or anything, and when I first put them in particular, they're really tight, so I was quite shocked by how tight they are on the teeth. But the dentist did assure me that that is normal because the teeth do move around. It's designed to obviously hold them in, but the more that I wear them, they'll loosen up slightly, so it's easier to take them in and out. But essentially they're designed to keep the teeth in place. So the idea is with the retainers that I would wear them at night, so I don't have to wear anything during the day and I would just wear them at night. But because I'm having teeth whitening treatment, which is going to last 2 weeks, and you teeth whiten at night, I have to wear the retainers during the day. So essentially I'm wearing the retainers for between 8 and 12 hours a day. And because at night I'm currently teeth whitening, then I have to wear the retainers during the day. But once I've finished my course of teeth whitening, I can then just move to using the retainers at night time and I don't have to wear them during the day. Now, I'll just show you the teeth whitening trays. So I've just started this treatment. So basically the teeth whitening trays are very similar to the normal trays that you get with Invisalign, apart from they're made of rubber, so they are much more flexible and bendy, and they don't hold on as firmly. Now they don't slip off the teeth, but they are very rubbery. And this felt very strange in my mouth. So last night was the first treatment that I did for teeth whitening, and it did feel quite strange in my mouth, whereas normally the plastic is sort of like smooth and doesn't taste of anything. This has definitely got much more of a rubbery texture and also kind of taste in the mouth. I think I'll get used to it, but it was just a bit odd last night when I was trying it for the first time. Now what I've got also for the teeth whitening treatment is 2 different colours of gel. This white gel to start off with, and this is a 10% strength, and I've got to use this every single night for the first week. Now on the side of here, and I don't know if you could tell, but there are basically nodules or lines in terms of how much you use. But essentially you want to clean, like obviously whitening the fronts of the teeth, not the backs of the teeth. So essentially what you do is you put a tiny little, you kind of squirt out of the syringe a tiny amount of the gel and basically go along on the inside of the trays and put a tiny spot on, and then you put them in your mouth, and obviously then the gel is on your teeth overnight, and then the next morning you just take them out and rinse your mouth, brush your teeth, and that's how it works. So like I say, I've got to do 1 treatment with the 10% strength for every night for a week, and then I can move up to the other one, which is 16% strength, for another week. And then in 2 weeks I'm going to go back to the dentist, and it's going to assess how white the teeth are, if we're happy with the whiteness, if I need any additional teeth whitening treatment, or if we can just move on to the next stage. So like I say, I've just done it for the first time last night. It was really easy to do. It was absolutely no problems. Like I say, other than getting used to the type of rubber in the mouth, which is very different from the other types of trays that I've been used to, it didn't hurt at all. And this morning I was able to rinse out my mouth and brush my teeth without any issues, and I haven't noticed any sensitivity so far with my teeth. He did recommend though that I pick up some sensitive toothpaste just for the next couple of weeks while I'm having the treatment, so that's what I'm going to be doing. But otherwise, like I say, for now I've got no issues. So what I'll probably do is update you in about a week's time. It's now been just over a week and I've been teeth whitening with the 10% strength teeth whitening gel, and to be honest, the first couple of days were absolutely fine and no problem, but by day 3 I started to notice a real sensitivity in my teeth. So even if I was drinking hot and cold drinks, that didn't really set it off, but just every now and then I would get like kind of a sharp pain in my mouth where my teeth are, and it just, yeah, just every now and then a sort of a sharp stabbing pain. After 6 days, it had got incrementally worse as the days had gone on. So after 6 days, I only had one more night, and then I had to switch to the 16% teeth whitening. So I decided I was just going to give myself a night off. And actually I ended up having 3 nights off. So I did teeth whitening right from the Friday night through to the Wednesday night, and then had Thursday, Friday and Saturday night off. And then Sunday night, which was last night, I then started on the 16% gel for the teeth whitening. So I've done 1 night of that so far. So after the 3 days that I had off, my teeth did start to feel a little bit better, and I thought, well, I've got to go back to the dentist next Friday, so I want to at least do it for, you know, a few nights before I go. And so yeah, I started last night. Today I have had a bit more teeth sensitivity again, but it's not really bad at the moment, so I'm going to keep on with that for as long as I can, really, the rest of this week. But if it starts to hurt too much, then I will just stop, because I'm not that bothered about having really, really white teeth. I would much prefer to not be in any pain. And I think my teeth have got quite white actually over the last week as it is. So when I go to the dentist on Friday, that's really a checkup to see if they're white enough, if we need to do any more whitening. But I think as it stands right now, I'm kind of happy with the level they're at. I'm happy to sort of finish out this week if I can. But I'm not really sure teeth whitening is for me, just because I've not been really enjoying the experience. I don't like the trays, they're quite rubbery in your mouth. The gel is quite slimy and slippery, so obviously you don't put too much in. It's not like it's oozing around in your mouth, but you're definitely conscious that it's there. And then first thing in the morning, you obviously have to take it out and like brush your teeth and swirl your mouth out and everything, because it is quite slimy, I feel, in the mouth. And so it isn't particularly pleasant. And like I say, although it doesn't hurt while you're doing it, it has made my teeth quite sensitive. And though I'm not in absolute agony or anything like that, and it has got better since I stopped the teeth whitening over the weekend, I do feel that really I kind of for the effort versus reward, I'm not sure teeth whitening is really for me, and I'd rather have slightly less white teeth and have no sensitivity. So that's where I'm kind of at with it. But I'll check in again at the end of the week to let you know how I got on, if I carried on, and then what the dentist said when I go back on Friday. Hello, well, I'm back again with my third and final clip, I should say, because I thought I'd actually have more to talk about, or possibly more clips to film in the journey. However, it's gone so smoothly and so quickly that we're here and I'm completely finished with Invisalign. So I just wanted to check in for the final time and just let you know how I got on at the dentist for my final checkup, and then just my overall thoughts about Invisalign altogether and whether or not I'd recommend it. So at the end of the last clip, I was just talking about my teeth whitening, and for the second week, I only ended up actually teeth whitening for a further 3 days. And at the end of those 3 days, I just decided I didn't want to do any more teeth whitening. My teeth actually were really sensitive, to the point where it wasn't just when I was eating and drinking like either hot or cold drinks or hot and cold food. It was, you know, just I'd actually be sitting there and then suddenly have like a shooting pain in my mouth. So I decided after 3 nights that teeth whitening wasn't necessarily for me, or I didn't want to do it all at that particular moment in time, and I wasn't too unhappy about the colour of my teeth. So I decided to sort of knock it on the head. And when I went to the dentist on the Friday, I obviously checked in with him, explained everything that had happened. So he gave me some tips around teeth whitening, which I'll share with you now. So basically he said it was sort of normal to have sensitivity, and it was obviously completely my choice of how white I wanted my teeth to be and if I wanted to carry on with the treatment. But ultimately I still had quite a lot of product left, so I've still got about half a sort of tube of the 10% strength teeth whitening and almost all of the 16% strength. And he said that that would actually last for about a year, so it wouldn't expire for about a year, so I could keep it and use, because I've obviously still got my teeth whitening trays and the products, so I can, at any point that I want to, I can do a bit more teeth whitening. He sort of said to make it easier or to do it more gently, and there's a couple of things I could do. So I could actually just teeth whitening sort of every other night, every couple of nights, rather than every single night in a row. I could also use slightly less product, which would take longer to whiten the teeth, but would obviously use less product and therefore be less sensitive around my teeth. He also said, as a bit of a top tip, that I could actually put sensitive toothpaste into my teeth whitening trays and wear those for a couple of hours, and that would actually help desensitize my teeth slightly, because obviously that's what the sensitive toothpaste is designed to do. So he kind of gave me some of these top tips in terms of if I wanted to carry on teeth whitening in the future, then I absolutely could. I hang on to my trays, I've hung on to the product, and you know, I can use it anytime I want, and like I said, it will last for probably about a year. So at the moment, I've not done any more teeth whitening. You can probably tell as I'm talking, you're looking at my teeth. They are whiter than they were when I started, but they're absolutely not crystal sharp white. I certainly don't have the Hollywood smile, but I'm absolutely okay with that. And for the sort of the cost benefit, if you like, in terms of how sensitive it made my teeth, whether or not I enjoyed doing it versus how my teeth look, then I'm happy with where we're at right now. And so in terms of that, there was no further work needed to be done on my teeth. Again, my teeth aren't 100% perfect even after completing Invisalign. So one of my teeth at the top, I'm sure you'll see as I've been talking, is slightly longer than the other tooth. One of my options there was to have that tooth filed down slightly to bring it level with the other tooth. But again, I made the decision that I actually didn't want to do that. So again, that was my choice. It's something I could have done. It would have been part of the overall cost of Invisalign if I just wanted to even out the teeth a bit, so they looked a bit straighter from that perspective in terms of the teeth length. But I personally decided I didn't want to do that, and I wanted to just preserve my tooth as it was without doing any additional filing. So I'm going to try and put in some clips into here so you can actually see the journey from start to finish, and how straight my teeth got. And hopefully you can see as I've been talking that the bottom teeth are much straighter now. They do look better than they did before. Like I said, my teeth aren't 100% perfect. There's still some properly polishing, tidying up that could have taken place, but I made the decision along with my dentist that I was happy with where we got to. I'd kind of achieved my goal, which was very much to straighten the bottom teeth so that I could keep them clean properly and I could floss my teeth, and it was more around hygiene and health of my teeth rather than the actual you know, aesthetic and how they looked. And so that was where we kind of ended up with, where we were both happy. So from start to finish, from my very first consultation meeting, when I went to talk to the dentist about Invisalign, that was on the 5th of October 2022, and up to the date where we had a discussion about the teeth whitening and he kind of released me and said that I was completely finished. That was the 24th of March. So in total that was 24 weeks. So 24 weeks from start to finish, going from having very crooked and slightly dirty teeth to you know, having much straighter teeth that are much whiter and healthier now than they were before. And in terms of final maintenance, all I do now is I obviously don't wear any retainers or anything during the day, but at night put in my retainers. And I'll wear my retainers while I'm asleep, and then in the morning I take them out, clean the retainers, put them to one side, and obviously use them the next night. So for now, the retainers should last for about 2 years. If at any point I lose the retainers or they get damaged, then obviously my scan is still on record, so I can basically just ring up and order another set of retainers if I want to. The dentist suggested it would probably be in the region of about £150–200 for a new set of retainers if I needed any. So that is where we're at. Like I said, my overall thoughts are that I'm really, really happy. As a reminder, the whole process took 24 weeks from the very first consultation to the last appointment where, you know, I was kind of all signed off and I don't need any more appointments. That was just 24 weeks. Cost £3,500, and that included everything from the consultation meetings, the checkups, all of the Invisalign trays, the teeth whitening, and the retainers. One thing I would say is that definitely because my teeth have moved, the teeth in my mouth feel very different. Where before they were kind of slanted in, I didn't have a lot of space in the bottom part of my mouth. They were very crowded. Now they're very much more upright and wider. So basically, definitely around this part of my face, I feel like the teeth come out more. They're very much wider rather than being narrow and turned inwards. They're very much up and sort of more out. I've no longer had to wear my retainers during the day now for the last couple of weeks, so yeah, but it has taken me a while to get used to my teeth in their natural state, and it's still very much a novelty that I can drink a hot drink during the day, I can snack during the day, you know, I can go to the fruit bowl and grab a grape and just eat a grape without having to worry about taking my retainers out and any of that sort of stuff. So that still feels very much a novelty and new to me. I'm very much still getting used to it, but I think now that now that I've had a couple of weeks where I don't have to wear my retainers during the day, I am getting much more used to the teeth and how they feel in my mouth, because there is a bit of a change, and also to how you speak as well. So I guess the question is, would I recommend? And I would just say I think it is definitely a personal choice. It's in terms of, you know, everyone is going to be different. So, you know, I was keen to share my experience because I'd watched a lot of YouTube videos already about other people and their experience, and obviously there's a whole variety of people, what they're trying to achieve, how long it's going to take them, how much it costs them. So I was keen to share my story. For me, it was very much worth it. I was pleasantly surprised by the cost and also the speed by which I was able to get my teeth straightened. I would definitely do it again. It was much less invasive and difficult than I thought it was going to be. And, you know, just some slight adjustments in terms of not being able to snack during the day, making sure obviously I carried around my toothbrush, my floss and everything, so that if I was going out for a meal I could take my trays out, clean my teeth, put them back in, all of that sort of stuff. It was really low maintenance overall, and I didn't have any problems with it. I didn't have any pain at all during the process. I found it really, really easy to follow, and yeah, like I say, overall I was just really, really happy with the result. That is my story, that is my opinion, that's my view. If you do have any questions for me, if I haven't answered everything and you've got some questions or you're curious about anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Put your questions in the comments box below and I will answer them as best I can. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, remember to subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye. But overall, very, very happy with the result, and hopefully you'll be able to string that into something else. It's very and it's still very I answer them as best I can. So at the point where I say it's going to take 24 weeks, just and I could basically put something like and so from start to finish, the process took 24 weeks. You know, completely changed the shape of my mouth and teeth. So that's the other thing as well. I don't know how I'm going to slot it in because I'm a bit all over the place with this. Maybe I should re-record it, I don't know. Okay, well, hello, and this is my third clip recording for Invisalign. So this is part of my Invisalign journey, just recording the third clip. So basically I did teeth whitening from Friday right through to the Thursday. Sorry, from